Hi everybody, let's step straight into Photoshop. Let's start with today's design. Alright, so Control N will make our new document pop up, and then we are going to use the dimension 2000 by 2000 pixels. Okay, so set here the pixels, set here to 72, and then RGB 8-bit custom. Let's choose color white over here. Let's call it May Day Picnic Flyer, and then let's click on create. Now let's also go to view. You all know that I always go to new guide layout, and then I set it to 8 here. Over here I'm going to let me take it off. All right, so we're going to have it like this, and then let's click on OK. So we are really set up now for our flyer. Now first thing I want to do is I want to start with the May Day, the text itself. So I'm going to click on my text tool, and I'm going to type here, and then I'm going to pick the text, which is May Day. Control C to copy it and then paste it there. Now we all can see it, right? So let's go to Windows and let's go to character. Our character is going to pop up like this. The font that I am going to use is Elephant. So I'm going to go here and then I'll type ELE, elephant regular. Okay, now guys, it's going to be in the description for you, the font together with the resource files to get this particular same design that I'm doing. Okay, and so you need not fret at all. And then the color that I am going to use, let's use color red, and we are going to use A51313, and then click on OK. All right, so it's very small, we can't see it. Let's increase the font size to 356, enter. Wow, now we can see it. Let's drag it in there like that. I want us to zoom in. Okay, now I want us to zoom in again. I want it to touch this side and touch this side. Okay, so all right, and then let me drag it in here a little bit. All right, so I wanted to hit here and I wanted to hit here as well. You all see one, so you can see the reason why I like to use the grid or the lines or the layout like that. All right, so enter. Now I think this is good. Also, I would like to bring in an image to make it much more interesting, because the text looks kind of boring and solid. So I'm going to increase this one, the size of it like this, and drag it in there like that. Enter. Then I'm going to right click it and then clip it to it. Now May Day itself, let's open it and let's see whether we can do some things to it. Okay, we want here to be the size that we chose. Also we want here, that is the tracking, to be -45. Okay, and we want it to also be quite elongated, so we are going to use here is going to be 100, and then this side is going to be 120. Make it much more elongated. I think this is great so far. And this over here, this picture, once we've clipped it to it, I want you to open your blending modes and set it to soft light. Duplicate it again and then right click it and then make it soft light, clip it to it again, and we are going to have this. Okay, now let's put it in a group, and then let's try and drag it down a little bit. Okay, all right, so something like this. I think let's push it here and then let's drag it here. I want it to touch both lines like that. So I think this is great, guys. I think this is great. So we are done with that one. Let's call it May Day, but I want us to add one more text to it. All right, and that is the picnic. So let's click on our text here and then type here and then go here, and then let's go and pick the picnic, and then let's copy it and then let's paste it there, and then let's click here and then let's click on our move tool and then let's move it like that. Okay, now I want us to open our character and then let's choose a font for it. The font we are going to be using is Monique Script. Okay, Monique Script. Awesome. And then we are going to set here to regular. The font size here, let's use 169 for it. Great. Click on the move tool, guys, remember, and then just move it like that. I want it to hit somewhere there. And then which color should we give Monique Script? Let's click here, maybe a bluish color. I want us to use color red and color blue often, so let's use 021A58 and then click on OK. Right, Now I want us to also set here to 100. All right, and set here to 100 as well, and then let's set here to 0. Okay, we're setting everything back to what it used to be, and then let's make it quite bolder. Awesome. And then let's double click it. All right, now once we have it double clicked, that's the picnic. All right, go to stroke and then go over here, set the stroke size to 8. Awesome. And then let's click on outside over here, set it to normal over here. The opacity, let's set it to 100 over here, and then I want you to click here and set it to color, and then click here, set it to white, and then click on OK, and then click on OK. All right, and then let's zoom in. Okay, and then let's drag it there a little bit, maybe somewhere here. Okay. Okay. All right, so I believe this is great. This is great. Now let's put it in a group like that. We called it Medi. I also want us to bring some details here, and so what we are going to do is we are going to pick this rectangular tool. All right, right click it and choose the rectangular tool, and then start from here, drag it all the way here and drag it down to here. Okay, so something like this isn't bad. All right, so and then let's go here, make sure it's no stroke. Let's go here and then let's choose a color for it. Let's choose 05153F and click on OK. So it's going to give us that bluish color. And then I also want us to come here, make sure the chain over here is clicked. Okay, once the chain over here is clicked, I want you to set it here to 40. Now it's going to round the edges, and that is what we are looking for. Click on your move tool and then let's move it. Once we have it like this, let's right click it again and go for ellipse. Create a new layer and then hold shift and create a circle like that. Right, now go over here, make sure it's no stroke, click over here, click over here. We are going to choose a particular color. It is 495F9B. Click on OK. All right, now right click it and clip it to it. Great. Click on your move tool and then move it there like that. I feel like it's too small, so Ctrl T and then let's transform it much more bigger and then drag it there like that. Now you want it to hit the angle here. Okay, so find a way to make it hit the angle there. All right, somewhere there like that. Awesome. And then let's reduce the opacity all the way to 30. Let's see. Exactly, I think this is good so far. Let's give it a mask as well. Pick your brush, go here, open your general brushes over here, pick soft round brush, set the hardness to 0, opacity and flow to 100. Click over here, set here to color black. All right, and then make sure your caps lock is on. Let's reduce the opacity all the way to 50 and then let's mask it like that. All right, so I think this is great so far. Okay, so we are done with the shape there. We want to start bringing in some few details also behind it, and that is the love symbol. Drag the love there, drag it here, and then resize it, make it quite smaller, and then drag it there like that. Now I want you to drag it behind or underneath that one. Great. And then I want you to go to filter and then go to blur, and then this time go to motion blur. Once you go to motion blur, I want us to set the angle over here to 0, and then the distance over here, let's set it to 103, and then click on OK. All right, click on your move tool and then let's see how we can move it. Okay, so I think this is great. Yeah, this is great. Let's put it all in a group. We are not yet done though. And then let's call it details. Awesome. Now open it. Once you keep everything in a group, it becomes very organized. We want to start with our text. So let's pick first May. May Day happens to be on first May. So click on your text to type there and then paste it. Okay. We are going to use the font called Montserrat. So open it and then let's choose Montserrat. Awesome. And then we are going to set here to bold. And then we are going to set the font size to 105. And then the tracking here, we are going to set it to 0. Also, we want the vertical scale here to be 100. The horizontal scale here to be 100 as well. Let's take this one off. Let's click on this one. Let's see. Make sure everything is bold like that. Capital letters like that. Click here and set here to color white. Now click on your move tool. Then let's move it in there. Okay. Control H and then let's see. I want you to drag this line all the way to this point. Okay. All the way. It's too much. Let's go here a little bit. Great. And then I want us to drag this one in there like that. Okay. So now you can see it touches here and it touches here. Duplicate it and then bring it down. Okay, and then I want you to pick this one, double click it and paste it there. Okay, zoom in and then let's make sure it touches here. Okay, and then duplicate it again. And then bring it down. Okay, and then go for church auditorium. Double click it and paste it there. Reduce the size all the way to 35. And then let's click on the move tool and then let's move it somewhere here. Okay, and then now you can see it's not really nice because I have not arranged it well. The alignment and everything, even though the alignment seems quite better, it's not arranged well. So you keep it at 35 here. We'll also keep it bold over here, and then let's make sure everything is caps if that's not it already. And then here is 0. That's the tracking. Let's give it a yellowish color, which is FFBF37, and then click on OK. All right, and so that is it. Let's duplicate it and bring it down again. And then let's pick Resurrection Temple, and then let's double click here and then Control V to paste it, and then let's make sure this is off. Okay, and then drag it all the way till it touches it, and then drag it up perhaps. And then we are using Montserrat still, but here we are not going to use bold. Let's use medium. Let's see how it's going to be, and then let's also make it the color quite different a little bit from the rest. So let's make it color white. And then let's drag it closer to it. Now I think this is quite better, but then let's duplicate the church and then let's drag it down. Awesome. And then let's come here and then let's pick 4 directions and then let's double click it and then let's paste it there. All right, click it and then click on your move tool and then move it there like that. Double duplicate it and then drag it down, and then let's go and pick in this one, Control C, and then let's paste it there with Control V. Okay, now for the directions we are still using 35 for it. We are still making it bold as well. We are making here 0, and then we are still making here caps, and we are making here the color here yellowish like that. But then for the telephone number we need to make it white because we need to be consistent. It's one of the graphic design principles, being consistent. Yellow, white, yellowish, white as well. Okay, and so once we have that, let's make it medium, and then let's make the size here. What size should we give it? 36. Let's see whether 36 will be good. 36 is not good. We'll work on size later on. Here tracking here is 0. Okay, so Control C let's push it here, and then let's resize it to hit here, and then that is it. Drag it closer, and let's zoom in. All right, now the 4 here, let's make sure it hits there, and then let's see with the others as well. Okay, so to me everything seems good now, even though it's not really well arranged. I think everything seems good now. So let's put everything in a group, and then let's call it details. Remember, we called it details. I don't know what happened, but let's call it details. All right, so we have the details, but we're still not really done. Okay, so let's pick this rectangular tool and draw a very thin line like that. Make sure the stroke here is off. Then the color here, let's choose color white for the fill, and then click on your move tool and then move it there to hit there. Duplicate it, and then hold shift and then drag it down. Drag it down. Nice. Now I want to duplicate it 3 more. That's click on the one down here, duplicate it 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So we have 5 in all. I want you to click here, then I want you to click here. Nice. Now click on your move tool, and I want you to click over here. Nice. It's going to arrange it nicely and proportional together, or proportionate equally. All right, now put it in the group. Once you put it in the group, let's call them lines. Nice. Now I want you to pick your this, and then I want you to bring your lines, and then over here, from here, somewhere here, all the way here. You want it to gauge it with your eyes, okay? Something like this. All right, and then give it a mask. So you can see it cut the extra ones around it. Open it, and then this one, take it off. This one and that, also take it off. All right, so we have 3. Now it is these 3 that we are going to work with. All right, these 3 we are going to work with. Now open details over here, and then May. You want to make sure May falls in the middle of that, you know, same height here, same height here, so something like that. Okay, good. Now I also want to make sure that 3:30 p.m. also falls in the middle of everything, so something like that. I'm telling you, this is a little tweak, but this is what adds beauty to your work. This is what adds beauty to your work. Being organized and structured like that, it just adds beauty. Let's bring resurrection down here. Okay, so select both of them like that, and then push them to the middle there. I'm telling you, this is gonna make your work look nice, guys. It's gonna make it look nice. Drag it in the middle here. Sorry. Hold shift and then drag it in the middle there. Alright. I'm telling you, so now it looks organized and looks better and nice. Alright, so that's it for you guys. And then the next objects or shapes we are going to be working on has to do with you know, some triangles. So let's right click here, pick some triangles here, and then shift and then draw some triangles there like that. And then make sure the stroke is off, and then the fill here, click over here. We are going to choose the yellowish color, and the color for the yellowish color here is what did we use? We used FFBF37. all right, so that's the yellowish color we used. And then Ctrl T to select it, right click it, and then rotate clockwise 90 degree. Let's see how it looks like. Click on your move tool and then move it. Zoom in. Okay, so that we are also going to duplicate it, and then we are going to move it, shift and then move it down, duplicate it, shift and then we move it down. We want this to be in the middle of that, duplicate it, shift and then we move it down like that. Okay, and then we are going to put it also in a group, and then we are going to call it triangles. Okay, we are not done. We need to bring some circles or ellipse as well. So hold shift and then draw an ellipse like that. Okay, and then make sure here stroke is off, and then the fill here is color white. Excellent. Double click it, and then we are going to work on the layer styles. We are going to only drop shadow, and then we are going to set here to let's see, overlay, and see, let's set it to multiply over there. Okay, and then here let's set here to 30%, and then set the color here to color black. Then the angle over here, let's set it to 146 exactly, and then let's set what's the distance here. Okay, let's set the distance here to, let's say, 6, and then let's set the spread here to 22, and then let's set the size here to turn. Okay, and then let's click on, let's see, what else can we do to it. That's all. All right, so let's duplicate this one, and then click on your move to drag it down like that. Duplicate it again, drag it down like that. Duplicate it, and then hold shift, drag it down like that. Okay. All right. Excellent. This is nice. And then let's bring in these stuff. Okay, so we are going to bring in these stuff, and so the first one is what, the date. The date corresponds to calendar, and so let's bring calendar in there, and then let's see, let's enter. All right, let's also bring this one in there, and then enter, and then let's bring this also in there, and then enter, and then let's bring this also in there, and then enter. Now I want to select all 4 to here. Control T to select all of them, and then zoom out a little bit. Hold shift or depending on the version of Photoshop you are using, resize it. Okay, now let's zoom in. Let's see how it looks like. Let's pick this. Okay, let's go here to our zoom, and then okay, I don't know why my Photoshop is misbehaving. Let's click on the move to, and then let's move it somewhere here. Okay, you want to make sure it's in the middle of the circle, and then double click it, and then let's give it a particular color overlay here. Let's give it F4. Oh boy, my Photoshop is misbehaving today, I'm telling you. To F4. Okay, now if it doesn't want to work out, we are going to do that manually, right? We can do that. So we are going to pick this yellow. Let's see, then let's go here a little bit, right? And then let's pick that. Okay, and then let's copy it. You can try our hands on it. I don't know why Photoshop is misbehaving like that. Let's copy the layer style, and then select all these ones, and then paste layer style. All right, now good. Over here, which one is this? This one is location, so we're going to put location somewhere here, and you want to make sure it's in the middle of everything as well. All right, and then let's zoom in. You can't zoom in. Wow. All right, and then this one is the time. So let's bring it in there. Let's drag it here. Okay, so let's resize it. We don't want them to be too big, so let's resize it, and let's try and keep them in the middle there like that. And then which one is this one too? That one is the time. Let's see whether we can resize that one too. When it's too big, it loses the beauty. And then this one, which one is this? Let's resize it a little bit more. And then that is it. So guys, you can see it over there. It looks quite better. Let's put everything in a group, and then let's call it circles. All right, now that we are done with this one, we want to also bring in some few details over here. And so I'm going to click on my text tool, and I'm going to click here. No, let's close it. Let's close it. I'm going to click somewhere here. All right, showing now. And then I'm going to pick side attraction, and then I'm going to choose Montserrat for all of them. M-O-N-T, Montserrat regular for them, and then paste it there. Now I'm going to leave everything in the description for you guys. Let's click on it, choose Montserrat. Montserrat. And then the font size over here, we are going to reduce the font size to 45. And then click on the move tool and then move it somewhere here. Now you also want to click on paragraph and make sure it is left aligned, because that's what we'll be using often from now. Push it somewhere here. And then we also go back to character. We want it to be Montserrat here to be bold. And then we want the tracking here to be 0. We want here to be all caps. Okay, make sure the bold here is taken off. Click over here, set it to 041A54. Okay, very dark blue. And then duplicate it, bring it down a little bit more. And then let's pick this. And then let's double click it and then paste it there. Awesome. Now let's work on the details as well. We are still using Montserrat. We don't want it to be bold, we want it to be medium. And then we are maintaining the font size here to 45. The tracking here also maintain it to 0. But then let's click over here. Let's choose 1D, 1D, 1D to make it some ash blackish color. Take this one also off. And then over here, that is the leading. Let's make the leading let's see, 45. Let's see, it's too small. Let's make it 53. It's too small. Let's make it 60. You could even increase it a little more to 63. 63. 63. All right, let's boost the opacity here to 100. Okay, close it. Let's drag it down a little bit. Great. Okay, nice. Let's select the two of them and drag them on top. Okay, now we also want to duplicate a side attraction and drag it down. Hold shift and drag it down. But then come here and come and pick item 13 assured. Double click it and then paste it there. Okay, we'll go over here. We are using Montserrat. We are using Montserrat extra bold for it. And then the size here is 45 as usual. Over here, let's set here to 40. Great. And then we are still using the same color. Let's drag it somewhere here. Okay. And then you want to enter into the triangle here and duplicate one of them and then drag them out. Close it. In fact, the triangle, the line, and then the circle, let's put it in a group. Let's call them shapes. Okay, now this one, double click it and pick the reddish color over here. Click on your move tool here and then move it somewhere there. Control T to transform it and then rotate it a little bit and resize it a little bit more. Okay, and push it somewhere here. Okay, and I also want you to pick a rectangular tool and draw a straight line over here. We are going to keep this line here stroke off and then make it color white. We can't see it now, but it will make sense soon. It will make sense soon. Okay, and then let's see. We also want to start bringing in our items, but let's click these stuff and then side attraction as well, and then click on your move tool, and then let's move it quite closer, and then move this line also quite closer. Okay, so let's start off also with our items here. I want to bring in the pizza first, and I want to resize it. Sorry. I want to resize it and then drag it there. Okay, great. Then I want to go and pick my popcorn and also bring it in there. Excellent. Then I want to go and then bring in the Coke and the mineral, create, resize it, and then push it somewhere here. But then I want to keep it underneath this. Okay, and drag it somewhere there. Then I want to give it a mask. The Coke, give it a mask. Pick my brush, go and pick hard brush, and then make sure caps lock is soft, decrease the size, set here to color black, over here color black, make sure this side is clicked, and then delete the mineral. Okay, maybe let's drag it closer to it. Okay, and then let's also bring in our chocolate, increase it a little bit, and then move it somewhere there. Somewhere here is good. And so I think we are done. We can put everything in our group, and then we can call it side attraction. I feel like we should add some shape behind it, so I'm going to add some circle behind it. Create a perfect circle by holding shift and then create it, open it, and then drag it to the last part. Click on a circle, make sure this is off, this is also, let's click and pick maybe the yellowish color there. Click on your move tool and then move it somewhere there like that. Awesome, great. Let's close it. Let's see. Yeah, it's great, it's great. Now we are done with the side attraction. Let's bring in some glue. Okay, so let's create a layer. Pick your brush and then go here, pick a soft round brush, and then set the opacity and the flow to 100. Come here, you are picking color white. Make sure your caps lock is off so that you can see it, and increase the size a little bit. And then let's click here, one, Control T, and then let's bring it together like that. Great. Now duplicate it and send it between this as well, and then duplicate it again, and then where should we send it this time? Okay, so I want to put it between the P over here, and then this one I want to put it between the A over here as well. Okay, and then what else? Let's create another one, and then let me see, pick your brush and then paste somewhere here, and then reduce it all the way down. Okay, and in fact you want it to be here as well. Must be quite big here as well. Okay, but give it a mask. We don't want it to affect the P there, so we are going to mask this side. mask this side. Okay. So it's affecting this side and it's affecting the text over here too as well. Alright, so we can put it in our group and we are going to call it glow. Now that we are done with the glow, we also want to add some motion blur a little bit to bring in some effect. Okay, some effect. So let's zoom out and then let's make it quite bigger, and then somewhere here, let's see, exactly. I think this side is quite good. And then let's go to filter, let's go to blur, let's go to motion blur, and then over here let's set the angle here to 32, and then let's set here to the distance here to 38, and then let's click on OK. You want to put it in a group and then call it corn, and then you want to also add some noise to it. Okay, and the only way you see the noise is if you zoom in very well, but I want to add some noise to it. So I'm going to go here, go to solid color, and then set it to color black. Great. Then I'm going to set it over here to let's see, let's set it to screen. You can see there's no effect. There is no effect there. You can see there's nothing there. Okay, but that's what we want. Now let's go to filter, let's go to noise, let's go to add noise, go to create smart object. Nice. And then we are going to set here to 12.5. You can see the noise in there like that. Okay, we are going to set it to uniform as well. Let's make it monochrome or let's leave it like this. Click OK, and then right adjustments again, go to hue and saturation, clip it to it, and then move the saturation all the way to -100. Okay. Now you want to see it, let's zoom in. The only way you can see it is if you zoom in. Okay, you can see some dust speckles or something like that around it. That is it. In fact, I want to increase it a little bit, so I'm going to make it 13 or even 15. Okay, and so let's put it also in a group, and then let's call it noise. Awesome. Let's bring in our logo. We are almost done, guys. Let's bring in our logo and drag our logo somewhere here, drag it somewhere here, push it up a little bit, and then let's call it logo. And finally, we want to work on the background. Okay, the famous background. The background, I want to see how to make everything work together. Okay, now it looks kind of boring and dull, right? But the background is what is going to add the magic to it. And so let's just see it happen. We are going to bring in sand first. Let's drag the sand, let's drag it to the floor here, and then let's increase it. Let's increase it. Okay, all right. And then let's drag it down like that. Okay, and then enter, and then let's zoom out a little bit. Let's give it a mask, and then let's pick our brush, make sure your caps lock is off, increase the size of the brush a little bit. We are masking it. You guys, you know how to mask already, so I wouldn't explain it again. Let's clean here, and in fact let's clean this side as well, and clean this side as well. Okay, so something like this is better. And then let's go back, and then let's go and pick the lady over here, and then drag her in there. We are dragging her up. Let's increase it, not too much, and then drag it up like that. Okay, great. Enter. Now let's drag it down a little bit. Click on the move to drag it down a little bit. Okay, so let's give it a mask as well, and then this time let's pick our brush, make sure caps lock is off. Let's decrease the size a little bit. Let's mask here. You want to mask here, you also want to mask here. Let's mask here, let's mask here. Let's mask the whole edge. Okay, and then mask here. Okay, so you can see already it's beginning to look great, like that. I think that's great. Now let's bring in some solid color. I want it to be white solid color. Okay, and then I want to pick let's right click it, polygonal lasso to click here, click here, click here, put it together. Great. Now it's going to select half of it. I want us to right click and delete. Then I want us to create one. It's going to look like this. I want us to reduce the opacity all the way to around 30%. Sweet, that is nice. And then what else can we do? I think we are done. Now it's time to boost the colors up so that it looks interesting, beautiful, and nice. What do you guys think? Okay, so now let's add in some gradient map. I want the gradient map to be here. Okay, to be here. And then let's go here, and then let's go for gradient map, and then let's click here, and then let's double click here, and then let's give it FF8E44. Great. Let's click here, let's give it F91362. Great. Let's click here, let's do it 351269. Okay, and then click on okay. Now I want us to click over here and let's look for how to blend it up. Let's look for soft light, hard. Let's look for overlay, soft light. Let's click on reverse. Let's see. Okay, so reverse here makes it much more bolder. I think this is great, makes it much more interesting. Let's put it in the group, then let's call it BG. Now let's go here. I feel like there are more colors in there, but we need to boost the colors up. So Control Alt Shift and then E to merge everything to one particular layer, and then let's boost the colors up. Okay, let's boost the colors up. So you can see over here we can boost the colors up from here, and then let's also come over here, and then let's click on curve, and then let's click here, and then let's drag here down. Let's see. Let's drag here up. Alright guys, so that is it. We can reduce it to maybe around 50% or so. It still works. So guys, if you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. There are more videos like this. Now the resources are in the description for you to download and then maybe create the same thing. If you are struggling on how to download my resources, there was a comment pinned under this video which is going to help you to do that. I also have many PSGs that I'm giving out. It will be in the description. You will see them over there. It's in the seller website. And I love you all guys. See you in the next video. Peace.